As you know, John Boehner has not quite left the building yet, but he's preparing to leave. He is essentially called the bar, said, please have my seat ready, put the drink on the bar, wait for me to come. In the meantime, everybody's trying to take a guess as to how Boehner is going to spend the next month or so as the leader, less. And then there's a lot of question as to what's going to happen after that. Well, here is Peter King bemoaning what is going on in his party. Peter King, of course, the former terrorist sympathizer and supporter from congressman from New York.
Now, you have been very critical of, as you were saying, the small faction in your caucus that has really pushed John Boehner to not compromise pretty much on anything. A lot of the outside groups are kind of cheering, saying that this is great news. What do you think this means for the party, and what does it mean when it comes to the signals it's sending to these groups?
I think it signals that crazies have taken over the party to the party that you can remove a Speaker of the House who's second in line to be president, a constitutional officer in the middle of his term with no allegations of impropriety, a person who's honest and doing his job. This has never happened before in our country. He could have stayed on. I would say a solid 3/4, 80%, 85% of the Republican Party supports John Boehner. It's a small group, which has really never been done before. It really is try to hijack and blackmail the party. It's a terrible precedent.
Do you think that anybody who takes the job is going to have more luck in trying to corral the unruly caucus that you're in?
I think whoever runs for Speaker should make it clear that he's not going to give in to these people. We're not going to appease them. Time for appeasement is over.
Okay, so first off, understand that, and I've made this point many times, the difference between the establishment and the Tea Party is not ideology. It's simply a certain amount of media training and probably an argument over tactics. When Peter King says crazies, he's not saying the things they believe are crazy. Because here's just a short greatest hits from Peter King. 80 to 85% of mosques in this country are controlled by Islamic fundamentalists. Those who worship in them are an enemy living amongst us. He's also a huge Benghazi conspiracy theorist.
Huge.
He was against Bush's immigration reform. He called for the possible jailing of Glenn Greenwald over the Snowden revelations. He voted against the stimulus package and had a problem with all those type of things until, of course, Sandy hit. And then it was disgusting. What's going on? The crazies in my party. So when he says the crazies have taken over, what he's saying is Team Not Peter King has taken over. We believe the same thing. It's just that we're wearing different colored jerseys. That's all. We pull our socks all the way up to our knees. They don't. They're crazy. That's all. That's all he's saying.